Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane, the Pete Kane Podcast Show, and I'm Podcast Pete. So, no guest today, but I want to share an important topic because I think we're all touched by this, and I think we can always improve. Personal development is about managing your thoughts, and I want to give you 3 tips to apply to your life now. And here's what I think is important to know. We take a shower on a regular basis to clean ourselves. We got to do the same thought for our mind because the average person watches 4 hours of TV and scrolls 2 hours of social media. That's 6 hours you're consuming other people's lives. What about you? What about your life? What are you creating? And if you're creating something, you're excited. If you're consuming something, it takes away from your thoughts because personal development is about creating your life. And your life has got to be intentional. That's why I say the first tip is daily mindset growth. Now, you're looking at our personal development like the Netflix of personal development. And I think personal development has gotten the wrong kind of attachment. Maybe it's like, that's that motivational stuff. Well, yes, it is. And what's wrong with being motivated? I mean, when I hear it, but I understand it. I understand it. So I have been doing this daily routine with Growth Day since I joined 11 months ago. I watched Brendon Burchard speak in San Francisco 10 years ago. Kind of lost track of him, but then got reconnected on the Ed Mylett Brendon Burchard podcast. And when I looked it up and joined, I could not believe what I was seeing. We talk about the 5 to thrive. It's kind of like the fuel to your rocket. And think of your day as a rocket. You want to take off. You don't want to react. You want to know where you're going. And a rocket does. Look at just recently, we rescued 2 astronauts that were stranded in space. Stranded. Were left up there by the previous administration. What the heck? No person left behind? Got to think about that. They're rescued. They're back on Earth. That took an intentional mission to get them. And that's why you got to think of your life as intentional. Is you got to have that rocket fuel to start that day. The day needs to have the fuel to rocket. We call it the 5 to thrive. And that is Brendon Burchard speaking to you each day. Now, this gentleman, if you haven't heard of him, he's the top of the top. He works with the top cream of the crop. $1 million to work with him. He's earned it. He delivers. You look him up. He's the founder of Growth Day. So when you look at your ability to have this mindset growth and your thoughts, it starts daily. So you start the day with the 5 to thrive, and you can test it out for yourself. See it for yourself. In 7 days, you can have Brendon speak into your ear and see if it doesn't make a difference in your fuel, in your thought, in the way you approach the day. And if you want to continue, it's less than a couple dollars a day, $50 a month. And if you do, send us a support ticket at petekane.me, support@petekane.me, and I'll send you my course on mindset, goals, and habits. Because it's about your mindset. It's about your thoughts. What are you telling yourself? What are you preparing yourself? Are your thoughts of what's possible? Or your thoughts, I can't try that. I might fail. That's a limiting belief. The second one. What's possible is a growth thought. So we don't realize that our self-talk is programming ourselves. So if you're wondering why you're not taking advantage of opportunities, because you've been talking to yourself in a way that your thoughts control your actions. So the 5 to Thrive is Brendan talking for 10, 12 minutes, giving you a framework, a unique framework. He doesn't do this anywhere else except Growth Day. Then you have a person like Anthony Trucks who talked about the 4 doers this morning. And there's 4 quadrants. And identifying yourself helps you to know who you need to hang out with to balance some of the things. Because you got dreamers, but dreamers have to have deadlines. Because if they don't, they're always, I'm dreaming of writing a book. So you don't have a book. I'm dreaming of going on this vacation, but you haven't. So you got to be careful with always dreaming but not doing, because you'll start lulling your thoughts into just dreaming without action. And so that's why it's so important to put that deadline on that dream. But let's get back to the 5 to Thrive. 2 thought-provoking questions, and then you score yourself. So you start off with Brendan. You have a question. You do a checklist to what you want to accomplish that day. You have a person that's related to the topic, like Anthony Trucks was relating to Brendan's talk about personal development, is your thoughts. It's bringing that joy. It's having fun. It's controlling these in such a way that you're growing. When you're growing, you're excited. When we stop growing by consuming TV, social media, whatever it is, it wears on us. We were born to create. And being creative, creating your life, you have that opportunity to create your life, but it's choice. And if you choose to consume, it's going to wear on your thoughts. And before you know it, you're going to start speaking like a person that has been consuming. So the library of learning is in Growth Day. It's in Growth. And for me, having those big dreams with deadlines, hey, when you survive a pretty severe stroke and you have mortality motivation, it changes you. I don't give a rip about what anybody thinks. I used to. I don't now. I just do the best I can because I live every single day like it's my last. Because one day I'm going to be right. But until then, I'm going to bring the joy, have fun, show up on purpose, be the best I can, start the day with my fuel to have the best day possible. And when you look at this third, journaling has been the single biggest wow for me. I did journal in the past, but it was always when I was in dark places. Like I would hear, oh, journal, put your gratitude journal together. And when you're in the storm, you think just one day of that's going to pop you out of it. Doesn't. If you did it consistently, you're going to get out of that storm faster. I'll assure you of that. Because I didn't look at journaling that way. Now I journal every single day, 2 and 3 times during the day. I'm always writing. Now, this is a guy that flunked English, 2 failed attempts at Virginia Tech, couldn't write my way out of a wet paper bag. But I have technology and I have the flow. It gives me clarity. It gives me, I say, if you look in the background here, I think, well, right there, it says journaling on purpose. And I kind of came up with that in my own mind. I journal on purpose for clarity because when I'm writing, I'm getting these thoughts out of my head. because our thoughts can be, you know, they can work against you. So write those things out. Write what you're feeling. Write what you learned. Write what you're dreaming of. Write. That gives you clarity of your where you want to go. We score ourselves each day. So if you don't score yourself, how do you know if you're getting any better? You have to measure yourself, score yourself, and that's available in Growth Day. So when you look at personal development is about managing your thoughts. Managing your thoughts are critical for you to grow in your mindset, talking yourself in a inspiring way. I haven't done this yet. What can I learn from this experience, this conversation, this podcast? What can I learn that'll make me better? So your thoughts begin to evolve differently because we do it and we sometimes don't even know it. I hear it, and I used to do it in a way that I didn't realize that my thoughts were not moving me forward. That's why I said mindset and your thoughts. It's important to take that daily shower of personal development with Growth Day. I mean, you are the best investment you could ever make in your life. You. The magic is in you and anything's possible, but you got to activate yourself. You got to have tools because if you're investing in yourself, you'll always win. Period. No questions asked. You'll always win because you are the best investment you can ever make. But sometimes we don't value ourselves to invest. I mean, I high performance coach. So when I'm taking people, and I've gone, let's say I've coached 6 people so far and probably done 18 strategy sessions. And people have said no. Now, there could be the timing, but most of the time it's they don't value themselves. They don't realize that an investment in them will springboard, will change, will create a different person because we start off with vocal points. That's getting your goals, getting an idea where you want to go. Then we work on clarity. Because if you're not clear, plus if you're not journaling, you're not going to get clear. So you got to get clear on what you want. You got to watch your energy level. Are you doing the things that give you the best energy? What I have found is idle time, consumption time, and fatigue cause us to do things that are not good for us. So if you don't have that energy, maybe you're consuming too much TV. Maybe you're scrolling social media too much, consuming people. Because when you scroll, you judge. Do I like it? Do I comment? Is that person better than me? Worse off. You're always just putting your mind through thoughts that are not good for you. I haven't been on social media in years. I used to be social media person. Getting rid of that was the best thing I ever did because my mind is clear. I'm a creator now. I don't consume other people's lives, and it makes a difference in our thought. It makes a difference in how I've grown by doing and thinking, creating, thinking my life, not watching other people live their life, not consuming TV, which is other people's life. Is it wrong? Did I go full circle? I mean, did I go full in? Yes. Yeah. That's my personality anyway, but it still was the best thing I ever did. So I even gave up drinking just to give my brain a break, and I liked it. It was clearer. I was feeling better. I had more energy. Now, that's just me. But I'm trying to get this left side of the brain back. So I need all the help I can get. And I don't need distractions like that. So your energy, then we get into courage. in the fourth week. The fourth week, we got fear, we got faith and courage. Which one are you feeding? If you're feeding the faith and courage, you're going to be creating better thoughts. You're going to be growing. If you're feeding your fears, it's going to grow. So we work on the courage muscle. Then we look for breakthroughs with you, because it's just solving your problems, because the bigger the problems we solve, the better you're going to be. So we're always going to have them. If people say, well, I don't want to have any problems anymore. Well, the only people who don't have problems are in the grave, because life is solving problems. Now, the better you get at that, the more joy you have. I can assure you that. Productivity. Now, this one I think is important, because we don't realize that we all have 24 hours. Before electricity, we went to bed when it got dark. Now we can stay up as late as we want. We can watch video games. We can watch TV. We can have the lights on as long as we want. And then all of a sudden we wake up and we're fatigued. And we're wondering why we didn't get much done that day. Look, everybody has 24 hours. The high performers in life manage it differently. I heard something that a person knew Elon Musk working with him. He does 5-minute meetings. A lot of us do 1-hour meetings. Hey, let's get together one-on-one, and it's an hour. Could we do it in a shorter period of time? Yes. I don't do one-on-ones like I used to, because they're a waste of time. I do podcasts because I can still get to know the person, and I don't have to waste time driving to and from. Do I love being around people? Absolutely. But I value my time differently, because I've learned how to manage it differently. So being productive is strategies. Being productive, instead of in a 1-hour meeting, maybe you do a 5-minute meeting. Influence. That's the sixth. If you aren't actively working on your influence, you're being influenced by somebody else, because they're working on it. And I tell you, AI is getting crazy, because it's going to know what you like, and it's going to feed you. If it feeds you and you have no plan, you'll be influenced by what you see, and you'll be consuming more instead of creating more. Create. We're born to create. And if we don't become and work on ourselves and create something special, then somebody else is going to create it for you. And it's going to be you consuming their times. Psychology mastery is number 7, because when you look at this, there is strategies. This is Brendon Burchard. This is he certified me personally through a week of the most intense certification I've ever been to. I never graduated from anything. Not grade school, not high school, not college, not anything I can count. I don't even know when I graduated, but I did get a diploma, a certified high performance coaching diploma, because it was tough. It was really tough. Role playing, learning. My brain was about to burst at the end of that week, but I became better. I stretched. I learned. I got out of my comfort zone. I became better. And I started, I'm with the first 6 people that I coach, because anything you start out, you're not the best, but you got to start somewhere. So the physiology, let me see, I get these mixed up. Psychology, physiology. Yeah, this is the body. Okay, so that's week number 8. So we're working on that, mastering, because you need to master these thoughts. And so you need to master a path of high performance. If you do, you're investing in yourself. When you're investing in yourself, you're getting better, you have better thoughts, and you're working at a higher level. Persuasion, maybe you need to persuade better. Maybe you need to work on that. Well, that's mastery persuasion. Purpose, if you don't have purpose in what you're doing. It's not that you have to have one purpose. Purpose is every single day. I want to show up for this meeting with purpose. I want to deliver the best I can on purpose. I want to approach today on purpose. I want to accomplish more in my life on purpose. I want to have deadlines. I want to journal. I want to be around people that'll pull me up, that'll stretch me. I want to push myself. I want to have people push me. I have high performers. I've had 3 separate high performance coaches, 4 sessions. They're 12 weeks. I've had 4, not 1, not 2, 4. Because you're the magic. Anything's possible if you invest in yourself. So if you would like a strategy session and you would like to spend time with me going through your life and looking at your life, because if you have that mindset of investing in you, you'll always win, always win. And if you want to get more out of life, hire a high performance coach, because 20 plus years went into this framework. 20 plus years went into this program. So it's not like, hey, what are you doing today? Hey, what did you struggle with? No, it doesn't work that way. There's a framework, there's questions, there's absolutely the best to getting the best out of you in this program. The last one is a commitment to high performance. You have to commit. You're always learning, always growing, always challenging yourself. That's part of a high performance mindset. Your thoughts are of high performance. Not that you don't fail, you do, but you learn and you keep pushing yourself to get better and better. And when you do that, you feel good. It's not that you're grinding all the time, because you're enjoying the journey. You are having fun. And this can put you on that path. So schedule a strategy session. We donate money to Kiva because we want the world to get better. So when you do a strategy session, know that we're going to donate to Kiva. Know that we're going to give back to the world, because the world changed. This is the most crucial year of our lifetime. And this is the time to invest in yourself. Invest in a high performance coach. Invest in myself. Invest in you, and I'll guide you through a proven. We'll work on your vocal points. We'll work on your clarity. We'll work on better energy, getting you stronger courage, productivity, getting the most out of the day, influence, building your influence, mastering psychology, physiology, productivity, persuasion, purpose, and then commit to a lifetime journey of high performance. So I want to give you a gift, and my gift is our masterclass. Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you so much for spending your time to invest in yourself, because when we do, the world is our oyster. One of the things we're going to teach you, and I'm going to give you this, is we're going to teach you this relationship wheel, because your network is your single biggest, most valuable asset. You got to nurture it. It's the goose that lays the golden egg. You have to be strategic versus tactical, building your relationship wheel. We do that by putting 12 categories together that are relevant to your business. Who do you know, like, and trust that you've done business with, that when you present yourself to an ideal prospect, you're bringing a team. You're bringing people that you know, like, and trust. And you're building your team, 12 people. If you can look, let me take this off here. If you can look at these 12 categories, it has to be relevant for your business. Then you start going down those categories and intentionally putting them together. This is what we call the gold or the crawl stage. This is the easy stage, the crawl. You can put these together because these are people you've done business with, that you vented, deliver a high level of service, that if you refer them, they deliver and then some. Then you're building your second level. We call it you have crawl, walk, your walk. So this is a silver or walk. These are people in these categories. So you have 3 in each category, and you're always developing this 36 people. Because once you develop 36 people, you're going to select 20 to be with you in this magazine. You're on the cover. Picture yourself on the cover. You're the key person of influence. And when you look at that, people buy from people. They don't buy from businesses, they buy from people. And when you look at that, understanding this is all about you. You're a key person of influence. You have to work on the 5 Ps. If you work on pitch, profile, product, presentation, and partnership, man, you are off to a rocket of a life. And if you know what the 7-11-4 is, 7 hours, people have to get to know you, and they have to consume 7 hours of you. When they do that, they make buying signals. They raise their hand and say, I'm interested. When they do that, I think I have, no, I don't, not in this one. I was going to say, oh, yeah, I can do this. Hey, yeah. Oh, yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I was just going to go to an area with this. So that's why we offer you a free podcast. We want to know your story. We want people to know you. And if they don't know you, they can't do business with you because people buy from people. So come on our podcast, be a guest on our podcast. Just go to pkane.me and sign up to be a guest, take an assessment. I got to know about you. Then I'll feature you and your story, and you'll be off to the first step of the journey, because the journey starts with creating your digital profile. And that's the 7. 11 is like assessments, things that the buying signals, as we call them, 4 different platforms. Basically, you're going to see people on 4 different platforms. That when you do that, they know, like, and trust you. And I think, yeah, no, I don't have it in here. Okay. But just figure 4 different platforms. Let's just say I read your book, 2 hours. I listen to your podcast. That's another platform. I take an assessment. That's another platform. I listen to a video that you did. That's another platform. I make a comment on your Instagram post. That's another platform. I attend your workshop. Another platform. These are all different platforms. And then the brain just shifts. It shifts to know, like, and trust you because you went through the 7-11-4. You went through that journey. And so be a guest on my podcast. We'd love to have you because we love to tell your story to our community, connect you up with our community. So we have our virtual event on Friday. We have a live event on the 4th Saturday in Kennesaw, and our magazine. If you're interested in being a part of that, either on the cover or part of it, then you can go to pkane.me/magazine, because you want to be a key person of influence and build your team and hand out these magazines. So when you go to a presentation, it's not by yourself. You're with your team. Together, you're better. And you have your team of people. 20 out of your 36 are in the magazine. Their stories in the magazine. Their podcast is in the magazine. Well, not in the magazine, but they can connect to it because they got to know that person. I always say trust and verify. Yes, you can go with the person that knows them, likes them, and trusts them, but you have to do your homework too, and you can through the magazine. So, whoo, man, okay. Thank you so much. I just did PT today, and man, she busted my butt. Ashlyn at PT Solutions in Ackworth. She's Kara Martin. Thank you, Terry, for recommending Kara. She's the best. And they hire the best. Ashlyn is an OT new, so I go to PT and OT now. I love it. I love it. So if you want to if you want to take our strategy session, you're not sure where you are. You're like, maybe my thoughts aren't where I want them to be. Maybe I don't have a clear direction of what I want to do. Maybe I need a strategy session. Well, go to pkane.me/SS. Schedule a strategy session. And we'll together figure out your future. We'll together possibly launch you into a high performance mindset, because your thoughts do matter. Okay, I'm Pete Kane. Be bold, make a difference, and have fun. Be bold.